Welcome to Chalk It Up with Coach Goss. I'd like to talk about a pivotal play that happened in our game against Ferrum on October 31st. Ferrum was doing a very good job at this point in the game of, they were starting to overcompensate to what we call our bubble screen. And what a bubble screen is we're going to block on the exterior. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a body on a body, and we're going to run what we call a bubble route, which is by our inside receiver. And all he's going to do is he's going to bow that thing back, and he's going to look to get to the outside. And, we use that in regards to a run play. It's another read in our run play. Well, Ferrum College was starting to overcompensate to our trip side because we were having success running the bubble screen. And what happened was they took their free safety and their backside safety, and they started to shift over to what we call a trip side. Trips being 1, 2, and 3 receivers to the front side. Now, from a run game standpoint, that overcompensation means they had to get their safeties involved in the run game, and all we did was ran a basic play. Now, Ferrum was doing a very good job up front of moving their line, okay? And what they were doing is they were going a guy for a guy, putting a guy in each gap, and they were stopping our inside run, kind of dictating to us, where we could run the football. What happened in the particular play that we scored on is that their defensive lineman, who was supposed to get over into what we call the B gap, okay? We label gaps A, B, and C. That defensive tackle was supposed to get inside to that B gap, and what happened was our offensive tackle did a good job of what we call walling him off. Therefore, the defensive lineman didn't get to his particular gap. On the same exact play, they did what they call pinching their front, which the play, when handed off to the tailback, what happens is there's nowhere to run, and they have a guy for each gap in there. Well, what happened is when we walled that off, our backside guard in Leroy Johnson was supposed to combination block with the nose. The nose had gone away, so what that does is that causes our offensive lineman to climb to the next level. Well, what happened was their inside linebacker and their safety did not fill that particular gap in time, and Leroy got a body on a body, and what happened was our tailback took it up through that gap, and when we stalemated the safety, obviously scoring, the running back made a great play, but we did a good job up front of being patient in our zone scheme and taking what they gave away. Obviously we show that, if you don't get to where you're supposed to be defensively, and we get a chance to wall that off, then there is weakness. I think our tailback did an unbelievable job of seeing that and scoring, but I think our line did a very good job of just being patient and climbing. And again, the scheme took care of itself. When you try and overcompensate to stop one thing or the other, obviously our offensive staff is going to find some weakness, and that was a well-executed play, ultimately leading to a touchdown.